Hi friends, welcome back. And today we're going to be taking a look at some sexy vampires from Vampire Diaries. Now here we take a look at the bones, the skeletons of public figures to help crack and crumble these illusions they've cast upon us and lift the veil and the scales from our eyes. Please do not show hate to anyone, anywhere, for any reason. We do not know these people, therefore we definitely do not hate them. Now, I really love the show. I've watched the whole series 4 times, I think. So this was definitely a bummer and one I had to go check out when I first figured out what was going on several years back. Okay, so damn. I actually named my youngest son from a name I got off of this show. And they did make the name a character, but it's not like a main character or anything. And it was in the credits. I just really love the name. Let's start off with Nina Dobrev, or Elena. Okay, very sweet, very innocent looking, very beautiful, of course, but she does have a bit of the deep set eyes and that short forehead we're always seeing, and a little bit of blocky skull, but not too much. Really not too much going on in this photo. She's still very young. Now, what's interesting about Nina is that she looks identical to Victoria Justice. What the heck is going on here? I mean, the smile is like not lying in this photo. What is going on? And that's not the only person she looks like. She also looks similar to these ladies as well. Maybe not as much her, but I still can see why someone would think that. But absolutely, these 3 ladies look like all the same person. And you know, she left Vampire Diaries to work on her career that went absolutely nowhere, but was she just playing a different role? Shocking, huh? And they seem to have identical clavicle bones going on. I mean, we all have those bones, but theirs look extremely similar. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a little bit jelly of her because I thought she was so hot, but now I just prefer to be me. Here she is a bit older with those super thick clavicle bones, that masculine looking chest, long necktie, thick sternocleidomastoids, these more blocky skull, deep set eyes with that piercing gaze. Look how long that humerus bone is. Whew. And as I always say, time reveals the truth. She looks much more masculine now with the deep set eyes, those broad squared shoulders. The arms hang straight down by her sides. Kind of odd looking clavicle, but okay. Really long, straight arms. The shoulders are wider than the hips. Now, this is the typical body type in Hollywood with the long arms, you know, the whole liney situation. But there's also another line in this photo that should not be there. Somebody didn't do a very good job with their morning tuck and roll. You know what I'm saying? You might want to pause and take a closer look. But anyway, she used to look like this, and she looks great. And then suddenly she's looking like this. Now, in my opinion, this is a result of a rib removal procedure and possibly a little bit of a small BBL, or maybe not, maybe just that. And that is simply my opinion, okay? I'm just using my eyes and my big brain, and that's it. So I have no evidence. But what do you guys think? Because that looks so different than how she used to look. But again, if you want to pause, I think there's something hidden in this photo. How's that belly button? Marching along like a toy soldier with her seriously long arms. She has the sharper appearance to the knees, just the square skull, the whole deal. Toy soldier gait. Toy soldier gait. These procedures can really trick the untrained eye, can't they? Now let's take a look at Damon, my favorite. So sexy, and I mean, he's still sexy regardless of whatever's going on, okay? But look at those beautiful eyes. But he has a flat forehead, no brow ridge bone, close set features. I'm of the opinion there's been a little procedure to add a square jawline. He looks quite feminine in this pose for some reason to me. We can see that little V-shaped clavicle bone. Again, with the V shape, low set belly button. He almost has a bit of curve to him. Short humerus bone from the shoulder to the elbow. Upside down egg-shaped skull. Here in his reflection, we can see that pelvic tilt. We've been brainwashed to believe like this is like a sexy looking man, but that's not actually what a man looks like. Curved S-shaped spine coming in at the bottom, rounding at the top. Perfect display of the curved S-shaped spine. Okay, that is what my back looks like. Here he is with Nina, and he is crisscross applesaucing with his short little arms, and she is knees punching forward like a toy soldier. Here he is with his wife, who I did a video on yesterday, the Twits of Twilight, if you want to check it out. Crisscross applesauce, short little arms, akimbo. Here's a great photo displaying the gaits while running, okay? That's knees punching forward like a toy soldier. That is the crisscross applesauce inline footfall female gait. Test this at home, folks. Now, who is this child? This is allegedly Paul Wesley, even though I think it looks nothing like him. What do you guys think? Stefan. Here he is a bit older, looking just like Jonathan Brandis. A bit of the close-set features, that flat forehead. And he's still young, so it's really hard to do too much of an analysis. And they both look just so small here, those little akimbo arms. Yes, their hands are in their pockets, but I feel like that is a tactic. Okay, flat foreheads. No brow ridge. Here we can see his V-shaped clavicle bones. I can see the curving and the rounding of the S-shaped spine. He looks a little bit feminine in the face as well. Very pretty. Now we can really see that curved S-shaped spine with that cute little girly booty. Short humerus bone from the shoulder to the elbow. Oh no, not you too, with your little arms swinging akimbo. They're short little arms, crisscross applesauce, inline footfall. Again here with the super duper crisscross applesauce, teeny tiny arms. Let's take a look at the brother with the super duper sloping shoulders. Arms are slightly bent, hanging out and around the hips, the more upside down egg-shaped skull. Here's Jeremy, or Stephen R. McQueen's curved S-shaped spine. Sloping shoulders. V-shaped clavicle bones, super sloping shoulders, teeny tiny little skull. The hips are as wide as the shoulders, okay? But looks like a large dose of the hormels, if you know what I'm saying. Crisscross applesauce, wide hips, low set belly button, short humerus bone, teeny tiny skull. Here's Bonnie. Straight clavicle bones, long straight arms. Man, people were really tearing her apart when I was doing some research for this video about her appearance. That's so screwed up. You're saying like her face is not asymmetrical, so she's not beautiful. Like, get lost. With age, it becomes more pronounced. Look at that coat hanger across the chest with that long straight arm, blocky skull, deep set eyes with that freaking piercing gaze. She is liney. Super toy soldier gait. Look at all that spacing. She's in great shape though. Very beautiful. Caroline is masculine. Candace King. Long straight arms, deep set eyes, standing like that. Super high set calf muscle. Whoo, check out that humerus bone. Dang, that thing's long. She is liney. Toy soldier gait, plenty of spacing, super long arms. And again here, she's so thin, my goodness. Here's Tyler Lockwood, crisscross applesaucing. His character always got on my nerves. Short little arms. That beautiful curved S-shaped spine. Now let's look at Klaus, who was also in the show The Originals, the spinoff. Close set features, the more upside down egg-shaped skull, flat forehead, no brow ridge bone present, and that odd little P-shaped thing in the necktie area. Curved S-shaped spine, pelvic tilt, short humerus bone, crisscross applesauce. Now let's take a look at Elijah. Very handsome. I didn't know he married Rachel Lee Cook with her long straight arm, angular jaw, his close-set features, the old hand in the pocket trick. We won't be getting any answers from him because he's taken the vow of silence. Maybe he's not quite yet fully illuminated, but on the path. Here he is, crisscross applesauce and down the city streets. Here he is with his wife when she was pregnant, marching like a little toy soldier, and he's crisscross applesaucing with the super sloping shoulders, the teeny tiny little skull. So just remember, you don't need to believe me because I'm just a silly lady on the internet that says, bones don't lie, people do. Bye.